What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF with today's pregame, man, versus the Portland Trail Blazers as they come home and they try to continue their win streak going as we also have a win streak. So this is going to be a crazy game. Hopefully you guys are in for it. It's going to be super nuts, man. I'm hoping and I'm praying we could pull it off tonight. But if we can't, so be it. But we desperately need this win to keep up pace with the West. I really feel like we can get it tonight. Unfortunately, Brandon Ingram is still out. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Unfortunately, Brandon Ingram is still out with a strained groin. He's going to be out for at least 2 games. But I think we can get it, guys. Let's just keep our heads down and keep pushing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. So a quick little thing I wanted to acknowledge. I wanted to congratulate my idol. One of my favorite, my favorite player of all time, Kobe Bryant, because my man Kobe won an Oscar, man. So congratulations to Kobe. Much love, man. Keep doing what you do, dog. Still an inspiration. Still pushing hard after retirement. He's not chilling out, even though he's a multi-billionaire and he can just sit back and relax in his mansion and just take it all in. So, shout out to Kobe. I can't believe it, man. He continues to inspire millions. And so I'm going to continue grinding because Kobe inspires me as well. So the Lakers are currently on a 5-game winning streak versus the Portland Trail Blazers, who are coming in with their 6-game winning streak. So it's going to be extremely crazy. Hi, Dan. First time on pregame. Dan, will you wear the jacket? I don't want us to lose. I don't want us to lose neither, but if it's the first time you've been here, you know that we try not to wear out the jacket, man, because we don't want to wear out that luck. So not tonight. I'm saving the jacket for Cleveland, all right? I feel like that game's going to be even more crucial. And when the Cavs come to town, that's when I'm throwing it on. But very, very happy, man. And yes, Kobe continues to grind it out. Like I already mentioned, if you guys weren't here, Ingram is out with a strained groin. He's going to be out for at least 2 more games. He's going to be reevaluated in a week. So that's unfortunate news. Everybody else has to continue to step up. Portland is tough, man. Like I said, they won 6 in a row. They push the pace as well, so they can get up and down. Damian Lillard is a tough guard for anybody to handle. So Lonzo's going to have his hands full, KCP at times, as well as CJ McCollum. Man, those guys have been lighting up the league. We're going to need all the help we can get. So that's tough, guys. The Blazers reportedly are going to go over on screens on Lonzo. They're not going to give him, I guess the scouting report is out on Lonzo now. They're not going to give him wide open shots. So that's going to be interesting to see how he adjusts to that. Make him pay. Get to the rim or pick and roll, little game with Julius Randle. He should make him pay anyway. So let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Yes, it is live. I see you, Ali. It's definitely live. Isaiah has to play defense. Well, Isaiah just has to keep contributing the way he's doing it, man. I'm very stoked. I'll take a couple of comments now because I pretty much covered what I wanted to cover. So go ahead, guys. The floor is all yours. I felt like with all the success I've been having lately, I want to give you guys even more of a platform to speak your mind. So here goes. I'll be reading some comments off right now. What do you mean we lost tonight? Are you Nostradamus? Nah, some people, I don't know. Some people are just too negative, but we got to be positive, especially the way we've been playing. We got to believe in this young team, man. Always believe in the Lakers. Are you putting the game? I can't put the game. It's against YouTube regulations, man, unless I get my channel deleted, and that's counterproductive, so no, not today. Where's the lucky jacket? Gonna need it tonight for sure. You guys want me to pull it out again or save it for Cleveland? Because I feel like it could wear off, man, but that's just me. I could throw it on if you guys like. If I get enough votes in here, you guys want me to throw it on, I will do that. Ingram got to have a good game. Ingram is out, buddy. Sorry to tell you, Daryl, but he's out for at least a week. Kuzma needs to drive more and do his spin moves in the paint. Yeah, I agree. Kuzma been struggling, and we're going to need a little bit more production. I see some people saying I should save the jacket. Okay, save it. I'm going to save it for that Cleveland game because I feel like that's going to be a crazy one, and we definitely want to get the victory then. Dan, save the jacket for Cleveland. That's a need to win. Definitely. And I feel like since we've been on a win streak here at home, I feel like we can handle tonight. But that's just me. Hopefully everybody continues to show up. We'll see. We will win if Kuz has a good game. We desperately need him, man. We need another 20-point game with efficiency, of course, from Kuzma. We haven't had an efficient 20-point game in a little bit. So that'd be great if he could show up tonight. That would be awesome. Lonzo is going to drop 8 assists. That would be welcome, as well as maybe in the triple-double range. So I'd be happy with that. Randall, Isaiah Thomas, Lonzo, Kuzma need to ball out for this one. Definitely. For some reason, we struggle so bad with Portland. I mean, not just some reason. They have two really good star players in Lillard and CJ McCollum. And then they have guys who can crash the glass, as you guys may remember. Ed Davis. You know, Ed Davis was a hustler when he was here with the Lakers, and he continues to be a hard-nosed type player on the board. So we're gonna have to try to box out, man. They have I'm not sure if Nurkic is healthy, but when he's healthy, he's a handful on both ends. I mean, he's a hefty dude. He throws his body around. He's a massive dude. So hopefully, I'm not sure if he's healthy or not, but if he is, hopefully we can contain him, as well as a couple of other defensive players they have there. So like Al Farouk Amino and stuff. So it's definitely a tough team, but we have to push the pace. We're at home. We have to keep protecting home court. We currently have a 9-game win streak at home. Let's keep it going, baby. Let's keep it going. Hey, Dan. I think Isaiah Thomas is going to have to be the Isaiah Thomas from Boston for us to win tonight. Hopefully he turns back the clock. That would be beautiful to watch him drop a 30-plus point game. So we'll see, man. I'd rather see Dang play over Ennis, to be honest. Oof, yeah, I can't stand Ennis. Maybe Dang could bring a little bit more production, but I want to see some more of that one kid we signed from the G League, man. So I would like to see a little bit more of him. He was able to stretch the floor and play some defense, as well as Gary Payton II. Yo, Dan, tell me why Stephen A. Smith is still hating. LOL. Nick Wright taking his word back, so he's looking like a buffoon. People are gonna hate, man. They're skeptical because since Lonzo Ball's father put the pressure on him from the beginning, he had a target on his back, including from the media. So they're looking to nitpick all the time. I mean, that's not even fair. He's just a rookie. He's putting up great numbers, if you ask me. Close to a triple-double, you know, with 10, 7, and 7. And he's elevating his game ever since December. So he continues to shine, and he's helping us get these wins, man. What else can we ask for? You know, I'm not worried about whatever the so-called experts say. Let him talk. Let him talk. Some are going to praise him, you know, like Skip. And that's why I respect Skip. From the beginning, he's stuck with his stance that Lonzo is a game changer. Same as me. Like I said, me and him see eye to eye. It's not always the popular opinion, but I feel like that guy's real analyst. Like, he speaks his mind. That's why I respect him. There's other people that they ride the momentum, like Stephen A. You know, they're talking about Cleveland's not going to have a problem in the playoffs. All of a sudden, they start struggling, and they're talking about Cleveland might not even make it to the final. So they change their stance like this, and I get it. The season, you know, things change. But, I mean, when it comes to players, you can't label them busts or stars in their rookie season unless their name is Lonzo Ball, Donovan Mitchell, or, you know, one of these guys that are showing out. I could start labeling Lonzo a star because he looks like a star in the making. You know, same thing with Julius and these other guys. But the reality is that no one knows till like 2-3 years down the road how great the player is actually going to be. What's up, Sauce? How you doing, man? Dan, did you see Jeff Goodman wasn't supposed to put out the story about LeVar calling out Luke? I saw that. That was an interesting episode yesterday that aired on Ball in the Family. I was watching it with my girl, and I saw that they excluded him from any interviews because he's kind of a snake or whatever. But, I mean, that's what... My thing is this, man. If you're LeVar, you got to watch what you say because you're in the eye of the media all the time now, and you got to be careful. You know, journalists and reporters, they're going to put out whatever they think is clickbait or is juicy for people to read, and that's how they make their money. So, unfortunately, LeVar has to be more careful. Hey, what's up, LA Sports? How you doing, brother? If Ingram was active, I wouldn't even be worried about this game. Yeah, I agree with that. Ingram is a huge piece for us. I mean, he is basically the mismatch on our team for their team, right? He can do it all. He's basically a point forward, and he helps us run the offense beautifully. I love watching him, Randall, and Lonzo out there just running the offense. So one thing I will say is this, man. If we continue winning without Brandon Ingram, it just continues to show how deep this team is, and it's going to continue to be moving forward. I mean, we're going to be able, in a couple of years, everybody's going to be afraid of us because we're so versatile. This reminds me of when we had Lamar, Andrew Bynum, Pau Gasol. You know, we had all this versatility on the bench as well. This reminds me of that team. I mean, we're on the rise, right? This is the team before we had Pau Gasol, but we still had some versatility. But except this team has a lot more potential because we have young, up-and-coming stars. But it does remind me, versatility-wise, of that team. You know, we had Lamar Odom off the bench. We had the length of Gasol and Bynum. And we were an up-and-coming team. And that same year that we put that team together, we made it to the finals. Not saying we're going to make it to finals. What I'm saying is we're an up-and-coming team with a lot of versatility. And no team in the playoffs is going to want to face us. So that's going to be interesting once we do make the playoffs to see how we match up in a 7-game series. You know, with all of our length, athleticism, speed, we're going to be able to, you know, push the pace and get them tired in a 7-game series. So I would love to watch the Lakers in the playoffs. I hope it's this season. If it's not, next season for sure. Dan, what's your greatest Laker memory in your lifetime? Man, I have so many. I can't name one, but absolutely love Derek Fisher hitting 0.4. I love the lob to from Kobe to Shaq to when they were trailing the Trailblazers in the playoffs, and that lob basically just closed the game out and made sure we advanced in that series. I loved every single time we raised the trophy, especially when it was versus Boston this last time in 2010. So there's so much, man. So much. I'm 27. I just turned 27, so I've got to see a lot of great Laker seasons that young cats probably didn't. That's why there's a lot of Clipper fans out there, because they don't understand how great it is to be a Laker fan. You know, we now watched an NBA that, and I was talking to my friend about this. It's an NBA. It's a league where what have you done for me lately? So people tend to forget greatness. Like everybody's already calling LeBron the greatest of all time when Kobe Bryant was just in the league dominating for like a whole decade, like the past 10 seasons when he was in the league. So how can you just discard him and just, you know, move straight with LeBron when Kobe obviously has more rings? He has a better killer mentality. I get it. LeBron has higher scoring percentages, but he has been by the rim his whole career, just a bigger athlete, different players. So my point is they always disrespect athletes that are no longer in the league. Like they just forget about Michael Jordan just like that, you know? But that's basically millennial talk, man. Some of us that have been around watching the league for the longest, we know that Steph Curry, James Harden, some of these softer athletes, even though they are very skilled and talented, they probably would not be as effective back in the 90s when it was, you know, grit and grind type basketball, when guys were allowed to hand check you. And that's not a knock on them, you know. They're taking advantage of the system. But, however, it's just a different era, man, and we absolutely have to appreciate every single era for what it is. So, hey, thank you, Ricky. I appreciate you, man. He said, been watching your streams daily, finally catching one live. Your work is appreciated, listening to it at work. Let's get this W. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate you, man. That's what I do it. I try to bring you guys, you know, all the knowledge I can get and gather before the games and bring them to you guys just in case you're at work or you're on the car and the radio, wherever you can listen to it and, you know, get updated. I always wanted that before I started the YouTube channel. So, just wasn't consistent. I used to watch a lot of Mike Lakers talk. You know, I was a big fan of his, but I just felt like I needed more consistency. So I was like, why don't I make my own channel and just give the people, you know, the hungry Laker fans all the knowledge and, you know, keep them up to date. Like I would have wished that there was a channel out there. Laker Film Room does a great job as well. There's so many great Lakers channels, but I try to be, you know, as consistent as possible. So. Are the Cavs losing? Someone checks for me. Nah, they were up by 20 last I checked, bro. They probably won that game, unfortunately, because our draft pick, you know, was getting slotted even lower. So I keep cheering for them to lose just so our draft pick can be higher. Like, it would be ideal in the lower 20s, like 22, 23. Very deep draft, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what draft pick we get this year. We're not supposed to win tonight. We have 2 key players out. I don't want to see any hot takes tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, as long as we compete, I wouldn't be upset. But our roster is so deep that you just cannot say we're not supposed to win tonight. However, you do have a good point. We shouldn't overreact if we do lose, because this season has already been overwhelming in a positive way. So, good point there. However, we absolutely cannot have that mentality that, hey, if we lose, it's okay. It's never okay to lose. You know, we're the Lakers. However, as long as we compete, fight hard, and we have a chance, then I'll be okay with that. Yo, I love these videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Dan, what do you think of the idea of trading the first-round pick with Dang, if that's possible? I mean, look, if we trade the first-round draft pick, that's an asset, you know, and we're attaching it to Lil Dang, who expires in 2 seasons. If it's not necessary, let's say we only get 1 max contract and re-sign Randall, and then Lil Dang's contract comes off the books next summer, not this summer, but the next summer, I believe. Or at least we can trade it off, by next year because it's an expiring contract and it has more worth. If that happens, then I'd rather go that route. Honestly, I'd rather just hold on to draft pick because draft picks are worth so much nowadays. You can see everybody's taking the development route because there's so much young talent in the draft. Look, we got 3 starter type players, maybe even star players in the making, and that's just off of last year's draft. This year's draft looks even deeper, especially in the first round. You can get some real gems late in the first round. So my preference would be to hold on to the draft pick. However, I 100% trust Magic and Rob. They've done no wrong since they've been here. So pretty much however they see fit. If they feel like, hey, maybe we can get 3 max free agents, we got to clear out Lil Dang's contract, then go for it. Or maybe 2 max free agents and a bunch of good role players, go for it. Whatever it takes to build a contender, I'm on board with that. Dan, you watched Kobe's film? Is it the one with the animated short little film? Yeah, I've watched that one, man. They showed it on his retirement night. It was all over Twitter, so yeah. Who's your rookie of the year this year, Dan? Taking all biasness aside, we can't put Lonzo or Kuzma there because Kuzma just hasn't been consistent to how good he was in the first half of the season to how he is now. And he's kind of slipped out of the race. And Lonzo has been injured too much, so we can't put them there by default. If Lonzo would have played all season like this, he would have been my Rookie of the Year candidate. However, I have to go with the player that's making the biggest impact on his team right now, and that's Donovan Mitchell. And that's no hate on Ben Simmons. He's also a great player. He's right there. They're like 1A, 1B, But Donovan Mitchell is just putting that team on his back. Even when Rudy Gobert got injured, he just put the team on his back, and they continue winning out in the tough West. So there's no way I can vote against him if I was a media member. By default, Donovan Mitchell's just balling out. And honestly, I would have chose Ben Simmons because he's also putting up great numbers and they're also winning. But I feel like Joel Embiid is a much better sidekick to whatever Donovan Mitchell has, offensively at least, in Utah. So that's why I picked Donovan Mitchell. Need the lucky jacket for the Blazers, yo. Throw on the armor, Dan. People voted for me to save that for the Cleveland game. We don't want to wear it out, honestly. I am very superstitious when it comes to that stuff. So if you overuse something, I feel like it wears out. I would throw it on, man. I'd love to, but the nation has voted, and they say save it for the Cleveland Cavalier game. So hopefully we can still get the win, though. A lot has to do with the players. My jacket probably only helps out like 10-15% extra luck-wise, but I feel like we can't discredit the young players. They've been playing phenomenal. I don't want to take full credit with the jacket. They've absolutely been killing it. Luke Walton has been doing a good job in the second half of the season. So hopefully they get the win, man. Let's continue cheering and be excited. This has been the funnest team to watch in the NBA by far. By far, the Lakers have been the funnest team to watch. Again, I know I'm a Lakers fan, but come on. What young core is doing the damage our young core is doing in the Western Conference, with not a lot of veterans around? I don't see many. The Timberwolves come to mind, but they added Jimmy Butler, so I don't even put them there. The Sixers would be the only other team that's doing similar damage to what we're doing, except we're in the West. If the Sixers were in the West, I feel like we'd have a better record than them, honestly. No hate, I'm just saying. Straight up. Isaiah Thomas is going for 50 on Sunday. Oh, man, that would be great. If Isaiah Thomas drops a 50-point game this season, he's probably going to earn a bigger paycheck than what we could afford. So I'm hoping he doesn't, man. I'm hoping he saves that for next season when we re-sign him and he's the Sixth Man of the Year candidate. So, Dan, we get this win tonight to protect home court. That's right, man. That's the spirit. We've been, again, 9-game win streak at home. We got to keep doing it, man. We got to keep doing it. Just put our heads down. Forget about, Brandon Ingram not being there. We got to ride the hot hand, whoever that is. We got to play team ball, limit turnovers, get up and down, push the pace, and get back on defense and hit our free throws, man. Those are the key things. Of course, we got to crash the glass as a team. Having Lonzo helps that a lot because sometimes our big men like Julius don't box out, and sometimes especially Brooke doesn't box out ever. So having Lonzo always roaming around the paint, as long and athletic as he is, he has a nose for the ball. He averages 7 rebounds, so those 7 rebounds really help out. But we still going to need a team effort. Everybody crash the glass because this team does not play. If they get second chance, wide open three-pointers, we're not going to have a chance tonight. So we got to make sure we box out and do the fundamentals tonight and execute on offense. Dan, we're versus the Nuggets Friday. That is a must-win. I believe we faced the Nuggets twice this season. We better win them both, because if we don't win them, they're going to have the tiebreaker. And the way the West is looking, if we do end up having a shot at the playoffs, we want to have every tiebreaker we have down the stretch. So, yeah, I agree with you, Dan, 100%. Tonight will be a tough matchup, but I like our chances. We are riding the wave right now. But here's the thing. Here's the key thing. The Portland Trail Blazers 6-game winning streak as well. And the past couple of seasons, it's been tough, man. That I gotta say, the Trail Blazers has probably been the toughest team to get a win on in the past couple of seasons, ever since Damian Lillard and those boys have been on. So it's gonna be really hard. I just want them to be competitive and have a shot down the stretch. If they can do that, I'm happy with the outcome, whatever it is. But I pray for a win. Let's get it tonight, man. Dan, thoughts on Oklahoma City in the 7th place? I'm right there with a lot of people, man. I hope they slide out of the playoffs, and that would be great. That would be amazing for our recruitment of Paul George. So I'm right there with you, man. I'm keeping tabs on all of that. I hope the Spurs continue to slide as well. That'll give us a shot. Without Kawhi Leonard, I don't feel like they have a shot at staying in the top 8 seeds. But we'll see. I mean, they are very disciplined, and Popovich is a G. You know, he's a great coach, is what I mean. And he continues to push that team no matter who they have, man. They have all kinds of young players, and they just continue moving forward. So we are at 5 in a row. Yes, let's make it 6 tonight. I want the Hornets and Pistons to keep losing as well. Hornets and Pistons. I wonder why. That's interesting. OKC got Rockets tomorrow. I hope OKC loses. Most likely they will, Arthur. That's a good matchup to watch, and I think that was on TNT as well. So I was planning to watch it if I get home from work early. So that would be great, man. If the Thunder continue to lose, it's gonna get interesting. LeBron is Legon. That's funny. Dan, you watched Kobe win another trophy yesterday? Yes, sir, man. Congratulated him in the beginning of the video. So, yeah, I'm happy for him. He continues. He's a champion forever, man. He continues winning at everything he does. So that's inspiration for everybody. No matter what the profession is, you always got to strive for the best, you know? I mean, he's got to go down as the first athlete to probably ever win an Oscar and multiple championships. And probably he's going to be the only one ever, man. I don't see this repeating itself anytime soon. Hey, what's up, Humble? Dan, do we need PG and his bricks in LA? You know what? PG is a very efficient player, man. If you're judging him based on a couple of games, then there's a lot of players that throw bricks during the course of a season, so that's normal. He's a two-way player. Yes, we absolutely need him. He's a leader. He can lead us to the playoffs and maybe beyond. So I can't wait. I hope we get him. He's a hometown hero if he comes here, and I can't wait. I saw a Blazers game versus OKC, and we can beat them, similar to the Raptors, but Lonzo is a good guard against pick and roll. Julius will thrive. Yeah, Julius has to eat tonight, but these guys are tough in the paint as well. We can't underestimate them down there. I mean, they just have a well-balanced team. They're very guard-oriented around the perimeter. They have snipers, man. You cannot double in the paint and leave three-point shooters open, because they will kick it out and make us pay. So that's probably the number one thing. You know, our bigs are probably going to have to play one-on-one defense for the most part of the game. Here and there, you might be able to cheat and, you know, double and you know, dig on the basketball. But for the most part, they got to stay at home, because these guys are, man, they're ballers. Raptors constantly choke in the playoffs. Yeah, again, Raptor fans got super angry at me that one post-game recap where I was just trashing the Raptors and calling them pretenders. But until they prove otherwise, man, they really don't do nothing in the playoffs. So until they prove otherwise, you know, I don't really take them serious, unfortunately. And I watch a lot of basketball. I mean, they got to prove it to me, you know. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry especially, they seem to disintegrate in the playoffs and just disappear and appear whenever they want to. But I don't know. Raptors are a dark horse. We'll see. We'll see come playoff time. This playoffs is going to be very interesting. I think the Rockets are a dark horse to actually put up a real good fight versus the Warriors. So that's probably my favorite team in the West to beat the Warriors. After that, I can see the Warriors just walking all the way to the finals and beyond. So we gotta. It's gonna be interesting to see if the Rockets could give them a run for their money, and if that happens, I'll tell you something. I was talking to my friend the other night, and I told him a dark horse free agent the Lakers should be looking at, and I know he's not very popular because everybody calls him the Snake, but that's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is always going to be known as a snake as long as he stays there with the Golden State Warriors, just riding their coattails all the way to the finals. So, what would be the best way to recruit a Kevin Durant type player to the Lakers is to tell him, hey, if you want to redeem your everything, you want to redeem your fans, you want to continue your legacy, you got to come help us win a championship here, because one championship with the Lakers is worth 10 championships with the Golden State Warriors. So maybe not 10, but at least 3. 1 for 3 deal kind of thing. So if he wants to help his legacy out and not always be known as that snake, he'd be better suited coming here. And I know a lot of people don't want him, but can you imagine having a guy like that? And you can put him at the shooting guard, small forward, whatever. But yeah, I get it. We got Ingram, but that's a good problem to have. All that versatility, length, athleticism, and offense. I mean, you can never have too much of it. I'm just saying, he's a dark horse for me, KD, especially if they don't win the championship. Because as long as you are winning, it's perfect, right? Smooth sailing. But I guarantee you, if they lose in the finals or even before that, Draymond talks, man. He gets in people's heads. And knowing how soft KD is, he might not be able to take it. He might just say, screw this. I helped you guys win the championship. Now I got to go fix my legacy elsewhere. So Magic and everybody, they have to be ready to pounce on KD-type player, because no matter if you like him or not, he's very effective, one of the best elite scorers in the NBA, and he will elevate this franchise quick. Also, a little known fact, he's a diehard Lakers fan. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen. All I'm saying is there's an outside chance if they lose, if they don't win a championship. Because remember what happens, man, in the history of basketball. As long as teams are winning, they're a dynasty, whatever. Everybody's sharing the load. Everybody's happy. But as soon as they lose, everybody's pointing the finger. It happened, last summer with the whole LeBron, Kyrie Irving thing. It happened with Kobe and Shaq when Detroit beat us, unfortunately. It happened with the Miami Heat, even with Dwayne and LeBron. Everybody was speculating that Dwayne Wade's not the same player anymore, so LeBron left. So it happens, guys, even when you don't expect it. I remember back then, when they were there was a lot of bandwagons for the Miami Heat when LeBron was there, and they were saying LeBron's never leaving the Heat. He's gonna win, not 4, not 5, not 6, but losing makes people point fingers, and it makes people start wondering and looking on the outside, wondering if the grass is greener on the other side. So that's all I'm saying, guys. This playoff has a lot riding on it, and I can't wait to see what happens in the playoffs and what the outcome this summer is based off of whatever happens in the playoffs. For example, if Paul George loses in the first round, or even worse, doesn't make the playoffs, does that guarantee him coming to the Lakers? Or worse, if Paul George makes it by some miracle chance, which I doubt because they don't have enough depth. But if they make it to the Western Conference Finals, does that mean he's going back to Oklahoma City? That's just, a lot is riding on these playoffs, and I can't wait to see what happens. Same thing with LeBron on the East. If by some miracle chance they make it to the finals again and lose, does that guarantee another LeBron departure? Because I've been hearing analysts, and they're saying that it's better for LeBron not even to make the finals than to keep losing in the finals, because it only hurts his legacy. So they speculate that LeBron wants to come out west because you either get past the Warriors and win the championship, or you lose before even making the finals, which is better for his career. So I'm just saying a lot is riding on these playoffs, guys. And even whether the Lakers make it or not, I'm going to be paying close attention to see what happens. But quick little side note, man. I want to give a shout out to my boy Demi. You guys already know who he is. He drew this for me, man. He knows it's my favorite character right here. So shout out to Demi. Much love for this hand-drawn Vegeta portrait. So much love, brother. I appreciate you, man. He's just super talented. He can do multiple things. So, much love to that guy, man. Good friend, brother of mine. And I can't believe he hooked me up with this. So I'm going to have to frame it. I'm going to frame it. Oh, it looks like it didn't even come out properly on the picture. Let me show it one more time. I'm going to frame it, and then I'm going to put it up on my wall. So you guys are going to see it on my wall at some point. But yeah, guys, that's gonna cut it for my pregame. I appreciate you guys, man. I am an anime fan. Mostly the mainstream stuff like Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, stuff like that. But overall, I do appreciate some anime whenever I have free time. Sit down and watch with my girl, for sure. But all right, that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a couple of more minutes, maybe like 39 more minutes till the game starts. So I'm gonna go get set up in my living room, get comfortable, get ready. I won't be doing a halftime anymore unless it's requested by you guys again. But we weren't getting enough people to tune in, so won't be doing the halftime. However, I got you guys post game. You know what's up. If you guys want my my halftime reactions, follow me on Twitter. At Dander's Lakers fan. And yeah, keep it locked right here, guys. I'll catch you guys at the post game. Hopefully it's a dub. You guys voted me for me not to use the jacket tonight, not to wear out the luck. So I'm gonna save that till the Cleveland game. But anyways, appreciate you guys. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the post game. Peace.